Most people imagine the dark web as a shadowy series of chaotic chat rooms. In reality, it operates as a highly efficient, multi-billion-dollar economy designed specifically to keep transactions completely hidden. To understand the sheer volume of money moving through these hidden networks, we have to look back at the original marketplace, the Silk Road. By relying on untraceable cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, this platform successfully moved hundreds of millions of dollars in illicit goods. The architect behind this massive digital black market was Ross Ulbricht. He built a system where users could buy almost anything, completely bypassing legal oversight. Law enforcement eventually caught up. The FBI shut down the Silk Road, and Ulbricht received a life sentence without the possibility of parole. But that high-profile bust created a false sense of security. Today, everyday users often think they can safely explore these networks as tourists, relying on basic anonymizing software to keep them hidden from the predators operating there. That belief is entirely false. By simply observing these networks, you are actively pinging servers run by the exact people you are trying to avoid. The idea of a digital firewall protecting you is a myth. When you wander into unregulated digital spaces out of pure curiosity, you are effectively leaving your front door wide open for whoever is watching. These marketplaces facilitate the direct transactional exchange of physical violence. In 2021, Europol investigators intercepted a transaction from an Italian man. He had transferred 10,000 euros in cryptocurrency to a dark web hitman, specifically paying to have his ex-girlfriend murdered. He was arrested. The hitman was never found. Even human biology has a dedicated marketplace. Live streams regularly feature individuals offering to sell their own healthy kidneys to the highest bidder in exchange for fast cash. The logistics are systematic. Buyers fund the organ itself, international travel for the donor, and the costs of the underground surgery. The dark web functions as an active command center, facilitating physical violence and bodily commodification across borders. If you want to see exactly how quickly those technical safeguards fail, you have to look at the story of a user named Darius. Darius layered his defenses with a VPN, bouncing his digital signal across global servers to mask his location. But while browsing, he clicked a link labeled Surprise, which instantly collapsed his signal, loading a live stream of a physical torture room. Within seconds, the stream's administrator bypassed all of Darius's security. The admin typed a message directly into the chat box, greeting Darius by his real name and then typing out his exact home address. The digital breach translated to physical reality almost immediately. Darius discovered his phone camera had been hijacked. When he arrived home later that day, his front door was standing wide open. Inside his room, he found a handwritten note that read, "Thought I'll find you." Darius disappeared that day and has been entirely missing for the last 2 years. Technical defenses are functionally useless against advanced predators operating on these networks. A single mistaken click translates directly into a physical home invasion. But the most disturbing detail about these illicit markets is that you do not even need to log on to the dark web to end up for sale there. A 20-year-old school cleaner found this out when a teacher at her job asked for her help. He had her fill out a standard tuition form, effectively collecting her home address and personal contact details under a false pretense. Weeks later, a friend showed the young woman a dark web auction page. That same teacher had compiled her personal information and was actively selling her identity and private photos to anonymous bidders. Police eventually raided the dangerous teacher's home. Inside, they found the compiled personal data of several other young girls, along with a collection of bizarre wooden torture contraptions. In another case, 3 teenagers entered a dark web chat room purely out of boredom. An anonymous user greeted them, claiming he was currently taking care of their friend Alice, a girl who had been entirely missing from their real-world lives for 2 months. You don't have to seek out the dark web to be affected by it. Your identity and safety are actively being targeted by real-world predators who use these hidden networks to monetize stolen data. Law enforcement will occasionally shut down a marketplace or secure a life sentence for a high-profile founder, but they rarely find the anonymous hitmen, and they have never recovered missing users like Darius. Within these unregulated spaces, the distance between digital data and physical harm vanishes. Personal information and human life are treated as tradable assets. The best defense is strictly guarding your personal information in your daily life, because the moment you step into the dark web, even just to look around, you are actively volunteering to become the prey.